My name is Dylan Walker, and this is my presentation of my Systems and Change Theory paper. The company I chose for my paper is First Fidelity Bank. I currently work there as an assistant branch manager at our Midwest City location. The company has a system that we used to access the branch as employees. It was a key fob system. There are little plastic fobs with readers in them that grant you access to the bank. However, there are a lot of problems with the system. First, these key fobs are small and plastic, so they're easy to break. Also, employees lose their fobs a lot or do not return them if they leave the company or are terminated. Additionally, this system requires someone to come out and program it each time a change is requested at most branches. So with all the problems that the key fob system had, First Fidelity Bank knew they had to make a change. The system was old, outdated, and unreliable and needed an upgrade as soon as possible. First Fidelity Bank decided on a fingerprint system that has a backup keypad in case of malfunction. One reason the fingerprint system was chosen was because you cannot lose your fingerprint and you can't forget it at home. Plus, every person's is unique to them. Another benefit of the change is that the new system can be serviced completely remotely, so adding and removing fingerprints and codes is much simpler for the bank to do. To begin planning, First Fidelity Bank contacted Diebold. Diebold is a company First Fidelity already knows and trusts with our security systems, vaults, and safes, and cash dispensers. The bank told Diebold about the problems we had and asked them for a solution. Diebold then suggested the fingerprint system to the bank. The bank considered this option and ultimately agreed to do the upgrade. The testing phase began at corporate because there is no bank at the corporate location, so customers are not coming and going at that location, making for testing the new system easier. The testing phase lasted about a month, and then they began to spread the upgrade throughout all the other locations, beginning with the branches whose systems are the most outdated. This process took about 3 months to complete. Results of the new system have been pretty positive. Small issues have occurred at some branches, but typically can be fixed remotely. This ability alone has saved the company a lot of money and maintenance cost and time. Plus, all the adding and removing of fingerprints and codes is now able to be completed remotely for every location. Reactions from employees have been positive also. Employees do not have to remember their key fob every day when coming to work, and this alone has relieved a lot of stress off the employees. When an employee forgot their key fob before, they had to return home to get it, which made them late for work. I know I have done this many times working for the bank, and it is extremely frustrating. Overall, employees are embracing the change, and they really like the upgraded system. Employees are also happy that the bank chose to have the backup keypad available. This is nice when the fingerprint reader stops working. My personal involvement was at the branch level. Being a manager, I oversaw a lot of the upgrade process. I was responsible for preparing my employees for the upcoming change. I didn't have a lot of information to give them, only that a new system was coming and that it was a fingerprint system instead of the key fobs. Just knowing that they would not have to use the key fobs anymore made my employees happy. I oversaw the installation of the upgrade and trained the employees on how to use it once it was installed. There was a problem when the system was being installed that required me to closely monitor the branch because both systems were inactive for a short period of time, but all was resolved with no other issues. The company has experienced a lot of success from the new system. There has been less problems with the reliability of the system, and the new system is much more cost-effective for the bank. There are less maintenance issues with the new system. Employees are happier with the new system, which helps boost morale at the branches. Also, the security level at the branches is much higher, providing more peace of mind for the bank as a whole, as well as all the employees and managers at each location. Looking back, there are 2 things I think that could have been done better. The testing phase could have been longer. I think that with a longer testing phase, the bank could have identified more issues and became more familiar with the system before upgrading all the branches. Also, I think that First Fidelity Bank could have completed more research. They only considered Diebold for the upgrade. They did not look any further than that. I think that if they would have, they could have potentially found a better system or a comparable system for a lower price. Thank you for watching my presentation.